Would I buy Chainlink in the bear market? Let me answer that question by saying a few things here. First of all, I've been saying for well over a year now that Chainlink is one of my top 5 favorite cryptocurrencies. So it has that going for it. But number two, there is a major supply crunch coming with certain cryptocurrencies. Let's just fast forward like 5 years. 5 years from now, I really believe you're going to have a really hard time buying Bitcoin and Ethereum on exchanges. The way that their supply is decreasing right now, the exchange balances is decreasing. It's going to be very interesting to see what that looks like. The same problem exists, or it's going to exist with Chainlink. So supply and demand is there. It's favorable to upward price action for Chainlink. But then third, and probably most important, it's like I'm looking at Chainlink. I look at the solutions that they offer for smart contracts for Web3, and I don't know. I can't picture what those things look like without Chainlink, or without what Chainlink has to offer. Now, Chainlink does have some competitors, but those competitors are much smaller, and Chainlink is, as of right now, the preferred choice. Is that always going to be the case? No, but for right now it is. And so I'm not going to get into Chainlink's competitors right now, but I do want to say this. A lot of people compare Chainlink to Quant, and those do not entirely line up. Chainlink offers something different. You're not going to hear words of connecting all of the different blockchains together. I know that that sounds like what Chainlink does if you hear if you hear of their functions, but that is not the same thing as, what they do is not the same as Quant. It's not the same as Polkadot. I'm trying to think of other comparisons that I've heard. Not that I've heard Polkadot a lot. The Chainlink comparisons are all either small cap or micro cap cryptocurrencies that are brand new that could one day have the kind of market share that Chainlink has. But as of right now, it's all Chainlink. And so looking into, would I buy this cryptocurrency in the bear market in anticipation of the upcoming bull run? It's a pretty convincing yes for me. And even looking at the price chart, I went into the research for this video with a different mentality than what I have right now. Here's what I remember. I remember buying Chainlink in December of 2020. It was $12, $15, maybe as low as $10, and then seeing it go very quickly up to $50 and then coming back down and reaching $34. And so I remember my perspective being skewed because, all right, it did a 4x from around the time that I bought it to its peak. Any other situation, that would be a phenomenal return over a period of 5 or 6 months. But we were in a position in December of 2020 where there were a lot of cryptocurrencies that you could have bought. In fact, most of them you could have bought, and they would have done much better than Chainlink did from that point on. I don't even want to list. If you throw a dart at a dartboard, you print out like CoinMarketCap.com's top 100 and exclude the stable coins. A lot of those cryptocurrencies from December of 2020 to around the time that Chainlink peaked, or to their own peaks, did much better than Chainlink did. And that did skew my perspective. I was like, dude, what is up with Chainlink? It's such a slow mover. But look at what happened with Chainlink here. It had its run early on. We didn't see many cryptocurrencies, really barely any cryptocurrencies in August of 2020, peaking at around $20 from where, if you bought this in July of 2018 and held it for 2 years or so, you would have seen a 100x return, almost an 80x return on your investment. And that was before the big bull run even happened. That was before the craziness of 2021, early 2021. And so there was already a great deal of the gains that had happened, and it just happened so early with Chainlink that I in the past have thrown out words like that Chainlink is a slow mover, and that's just not the case. It's just that it had so many of it to gain so early on that it kind of threw me off, at least, and it might have thrown a lot of people off who were disillusioned from having bought it around this time in December of 2020, when you could have easily, there were some cryptocurrencies you could have seen more than a 100x gain from there until the spring of 2021. And so looking at Chainlink now, it's down, today it's $6.14. That's about a 87% drop from its peak around 50, above $50. And so in that regard, I think that Chainlink is in a phenomenal place to buy, because I would give this a very high likelihood of reaching a higher high next cycle, and maybe double, maybe more of what this spring of 2021 peak was. I wouldn't be surprised if it did more than double, maybe even a 3x or a 4x. Who knows? The sky is the limit, because Chainlink is everywhere. I mean, when it comes to Web3 and when it comes to so many other things. And now I even want to just talk about what is Chainlink, and then I want to talk about their tokenomics moving forward. And so you can go to their website, you can see their products, market and data feeds. This is a really big thing, important thing to understand. Decentralized and high quality data feeds for DeFi, sports, weather, and more. So let me use sports as an example. Let's say that there was a gambling platform built on a blockchain and they needed to receive information from the outside world. This is where Chainlink comes in. Chainlink is an oracle. It is a producer of many oracles. And when you think oracles, I mean, legitimately, it's really simple. Just think the Oracle from the Matrix. Now, who was the Oracle from the Matrix? If you remember that, the Oracle, when you see her in the first movie, you think that she is someone who knows the future, but she's not. What she is she is a processor, a really high-powered program that processes all the data, all the observable data around her, and then makes judgments as to what's going to come next, but she can't see the future. But she's then able to relay that information to Neo and to Morpheus and to whoever else visits her, to prepare them for the best case scenario based on the data analysis that she's given. Now, it's not nearly as intense when it comes to Chainlink and what the kind of service they provide. But if you think of a gambling app or a blockchain, a cryptocurrency or whatever, a DApp built on a blockchain, they need to receive information from the outside world, but they're in an ecosystem that is very much private and blocked off from that outside world. And so Chainlink, what they do is they are able to provide a link from the outside world to the blockchain world. And so in this case, a gambling app or gambling DApp, they would be able to, in very real time, provide the scores for a sports type DApp to process to receive that information. There's so many potential use cases for this. That's just one example. VRF, verifiable tamper-proof random number generator for blockchain gaming and NFT projects. They can process a whole lot of data for NFT projects, for gaming, etc. For Web3, Keepers, decentralized, cost-efficient, and highly secured automation for smart contracts. I'm not going to get into this, but do a Google search, and this was a negative, but I do believe that they're going to build on this. Do a Google search of just Link and Luna, and you will see that a faulty thing happened with Chainlink that caused a certain platform to lose $11 million because the information, the Luna thing was such a shock to the system that the information that Chainlink provided was frozen and it didn't update. And so I don't remember the name of the protocol, but that was an error that they will build and improve upon. And I'm not worried about that, given how early we are with blockchain technology. I think that was a lesson for them to learn. There's other things, proof of reserve, cross-chain communication, and this is where people mix it up with quant. They see something like cross-chain communication, and then the buzzwords will come out. Oh, interoperability. That's what you're talking about. And no, that's not what it is. That is making so for quant, for cryptocurrencies or platforms that offer some kind of interoperability, it's much more than just communication. Chainlink, oracles, communication. This is all that Chainlink does, but communication is such a key thing. And so that is Chainlink's niche. That's their function. It is very much needed. I cannot picture, like I said, what smart contracts look like. Smart contracts that need data from the outside world without something like Chainlink. I can't picture what Web3 looks like without something like Chainlink. It is essential. And I understand, I am saying something like Chainlink. If Chainlink died, which I think is highly unlikely anytime soon, but if Chainlink died, then there are other platforms, other things like Chainlink in existence right now, and I guess those things would eat up the market. And I'll get to those later on in the series, I suppose. But looking at Chainlink here, now their circulating supply is 469 million as of today, a 1 billion capped supply, total supply, but their fully diluted market cap, their current market cap is a little under half of their fully diluted market cap. Now, that does not mean that that we are going to see another 53% of Chainlink's cryptocurrency dropped onto platforms or anything like that anytime soon, because Chainlink is burned. So there is a burning mechanism for every transaction, which means that the max supply will decrease over time. The total supply will decrease over time. Eventually, Chainlink will be deflationary. But as of right now, looking at Chainlink's tokenomics, there is for the short term, potentially just high potential inflation. But for the medium term, and like I said, 5 years or by the end of the decade, those things are going to be gone. And the supply crunch, based on a lot of things, I would recommend this article here, altcoinreviews.org, Chainlink tokenomics. It talks about and it charts out lots and lots of things here showing what's going to happen over the years with Chainlink and how it's going to cause a supply crunch. That is not the point of this video, though. Maybe one day I will make a more in-depth video on Chainlink's tokenomics. But overall, very bullish on Chainlink long-term. Very high chances, in my opinion, of it seeing a higher high next cycle. So then again, looking at the math here, reaching its all-time high, you would see something like a 9x return on your investment if you were to buy Chainlink today. But I think it's going to go higher than that, and you might possibly see something like a 20x or a 30x return, especially if Chainlink goes lower from this point moving forward. So strong buy for me for Chainlink. And this is one that I would not entirely sell all of my position. I would ride some of it, not a lot of it, but some of it through whatever bear markets come in the future. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Chainlink. If this is a buy, if it's a long-term buy, or if it's something that you're excited about buying for the next cycle. Otherwise, I will see you in another video. I hope you have a good one. Peace.